Hello students, today we are going to study the fifth chapter of economics, that is rural development in India. Rural development in India. India is divided into two parts. Broadly speaking, it is divided into two parts. One part is the rural area, another part is the urban area. Rural means village people and urban means the city people. Right students? So today we are going to focus on the rural development of India. In the year 1947, India got independence, and after independence the prime motive of India was a development of the country. And Indian population, maximum Indian population as per the survey of 2011, nearly 69% of the Indian population was living in the rural areas. So Indian government thought if we want to develop our country, then rural development is also very, very important. So the concept was being introduced, students, long back. Rural development. What is rural development? Means to improve the social and economic life of the rural population. What is rural development? To improve, to make some positive changes in the social life. Social life means the standard of living of the people should increase. They should be more social. They should be going to the malls, they should be going to the gardens, they should have some means of entertainment. Their social life should improve, and their economic life means in terms of money. Their economic life should also improve. The improvement of these two things, दो चीजें improve होनी है. Number one, the social life, the standard of living, and second, economic life. Economic life means their per capita income, their income should increase. Right students? This concept is known as a rural development. Why this concept? Because maximum population is staying in our rural areas. Right students? Now imagine a rural area. Imagine a village. In this village, you are having some occupations. Occupations मतलब means of earning the bread and butter, रोजी रोटी जिसको बोलते हैं. Right students? So rural occupation, there are three sectors in the rural area. If you are imagining, you will get a better grip and better understanding of this particular chapter. Number one is agriculture sector, which is related with farming, forestry, pisciculture, other allied activities, nursery, that plants and all these things. Second one, you are having industrial sector, small industries, cottage industries, all this comes under industrial sector. Just imagine a rural area, students say. And the third one is in the rural sector, you are having a service sector. What you are having, students say? You are having a service sector. Service sector means what? You are having barbers. Okay, you are barbers and all. You are having barbers. You are having doctors. Okay, these are coming under the service sector. Imagine a rural area. But in a rural area, the people do farming. In the rural area, the people are engaged in the small scale industries also, and in the rural area, the people are engaged in the service industries also. Right students? Okay, small service industries, they are doing the plumbing, they are doing the blacksmith is there, or a cobbler is there. All these things, they are coming under the service sector. So there's a different means how a rural population is getting employment, how they are getting occupation to satisfy the needs of food, clothing and shelter. Okay students? Okay, so this was the introduction part. Now I will explain you significance of rural development, importance of rural development. Rural development means what? Exactly what has to be done, so you can call it as a rural development. क्या करना है? So it will be a rural development. Number one, public health and sanitation. Public health should be there, sanitation should be there. और what is public health? मतलब there public health मतलब we are not talking about a house, we are talking about the society. Students say in the society there should be cleanliness, toilets should be there properly built. You have seen in the last few years toilet building up is going on in the village areas. Okay, there should be proper sanitation should be there, means a drainage facility and everything should be proper, right students, so that the people in the rural area will have a good standard of living. Second one, literacy rate. In the rural areas the population should be literate. Literate matlab they should be able to read and write. So how you are going to improve the literacy rate? By the development of the construction of the schools and colleges. Barabar? Not colleges, at least a school of primary level and a secondary level. So small schools started building up in the rural area, students. You have many rural areas if you have visited, you must have seen a ZP schools are there. ZP schools means Zilla Parishad schools are there. Okay, what they are doing, they are improving the literacy rate of the rural area. If the people are literate, then they can do at least something for earning their bread and butter. Empowerment of the woman. What is empowerment of the woman? To give a gender equality. Gender equality means what, students say? There should be no distinguish between a man and a woman. Okay, if you are going to for a job interview, you cannot tell her you are a woman, you cannot get a job. Not like this. You have seen nowadays, students say 33%, 33.33 to be precise, 33% reservations are there for the woman. Any field, if you are going in any government job, if there are 100 vacancies, out of that 33 to 34 vacancies are for the women, and the remaining vacancies are there for the male people. Okay, so empowerment of the woman. Empowerment means what? Giving equal rights to the female gender. Right? Okay, so village area में now also we are seeing the village area. अरे ये तो लड़की है, अरे ये तो female है, ये तो चूल्हा चौका ही करेगी, बरोबर? This attitude needs to be changed. चूल्हा चौका तो ठीक है, but along with that she should be given rights. Okay. Next one is land reforms. What was happening in the rural area, students say? Some people were having lots of land and some people were landless. जमीन ही नहीं था. So what was happening? The standard of living was not improving. So what the government did, students say, they go for the land reforms. What is land reforms? Say, if you are having some criteria was decided, कुछ portion decide किया. Apart from that, if you are having excess land, it was being taken over by the government and it was given to the landless people. जिसके पास जमीन नहीं है उसको देते थे. So what was happening, students say, they were also cultivating and they were also earning some money. Okay, so land reforms were been there. Sealing of land was done. Sealing of land means what? If I am having more land, then my land was being taken away. Land reforms means what? Changes in the land. जमीन मतलब जमीन में change नहीं होता है, students से. Changes in the land means what? Ownership was being reformed. Okay. Infrastructure development should be there. Infrastructure means what? There should be proper transportation, there should be proper communication, banking facilities should be there in the village area. Nowadays you must have seen, students say, your father or mother must be telling, 20 years back when we were going to our village, there were no proper roads, we had to get down to this station, then we had to take a rickshaw or we had to take a bullock cart. But there was no roads and all these things. But what happened, students, down the line of 20 years, rural development, infrastructure has been developed. Roads are there, proper transportation facilities are there, proper communication is there, banking facilities are available for rural development. Eradication of the poverty. Eradication means remove the poverty in the rural area. And how you are going to remove the poverty, students? Poverty can be removed by giving employment. If you are giving employment, if you are giving some source of income, then poverty will be eradicated. Right, students? So these are the different significance of rural development. Means if I want to tell a rural area is developing, then public health should be there, sanitation should be there, drainage properly, literacy rate should be there, people must be able to at least read and write. For that we need schools, all these things. Empowerment of the woman, Women should be equally treated with the male. Land reform, some structure of land should be revised. Infrastructure, transportation, communication should be developed, and poverty should be eradicated by providing the employment. Right, students? Now the main part coming here is finance. You always study in OCM. If you want something, then you require finance. So how the farmers, how the cottage industry people, how the service sector industry people are going to arrange the finance? For that, agriculture credit, the concept started. Agriculture credit, but in the agriculture sector, in the village area, credit should be given. Credit matlab udhari, credit matlab loan should be given to the rural population. And that loan was categorized into three terms. The first one was short-term loans, which was given for a period of less than 2 years for buying the pesticides, buying the fertilizers and so on. The second was the medium-term loan. The medium-term loan was more than 2 years and less than 5 years. Barabar? If you want to do some transformation in the land, right? If you want to do some changes, repairing and all, so medium-term loan was sufficient for these people. And long-term loan for more than 5 years, buying of a tractor, buying of some assets, that time you are supposed to take a long-term loan. So credit was given to the rural population in three parts. It was short-term loan, a medium-term loan and a long-term. That's for doing all these things, so finance will be required. Now these are the different terms. How sources of agriculture credit. Terms are okay, short term, medium term, long term, it is okay. But where were the sources? How the agriculture people were getting the credit? Credit means loans. How they were getting? What was the source? What was the way? How they were getting the loans? They were getting from non-institution and they were getting from institution. There were two sources. One is institution, another is a non-institution. Non-institution means what? They are not controlled by any act. The non-institution example we are having are the money lenders, the sahukars, the landlords who were there in the village area, who had lots of money, and who lended the money, who gave the credit, who gave the loan to the rural population by taking their land on mortgage. Mortgage means girvi rakhna, right? Okay, they used to take their land, used to mortgage their lands, and they used to charge high rate of interest from the rural people. They were non-institute, but the money lenders, landlords, sahukars, all these people, right, students? Then came the institution part. Institution started coming. Main institution which is providing the credit to the rural population were banks. Student, different banks started coming with a low rate of interest, providing the credit to the people. In that, the first and the major one was NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. NABARD was started. Then you are having RRB, Regional Rural Banks. Rural banks are there. Then you have CB. CB means commercial banks. We see in our areas also. Bank of India, State Bank, Bank of Maharashtra. These are commercial banks. Then you see the cooperative banks. Saraswat Cooperative Bank, Abhinav Cooperative Bank, Dombivali Sahakari Bank. Okay, all these banks were there. All were supporting the rural population to give them the credit at the low rate of interest. There were microfinance institute also. I would like to tell you this point. There were microfinance institute also. What were microfinance institute? They were private NGOs. NGOs, non-government organization. Private, matlab 2-3 people coming together. Microfinance, micro matlab financing of small amount, 5,000, 10,000. They were financing to the people, so that people can get self-employment, people can do their small scale industry, people can do something in their farming activities. Microfinance institutes some people were coming together and giving the loans, a small amount of loans to the rural population. This was the sources, these were the ways how the rural population was getting the credit for different terms. And with the help of this credit, they were trying to improve, again with the starting of the lecture, they were trying to improve their social and economic life. Alright students, so rural development of India, maximum population stays in rural area and maximum population of the rural area is engaged in agriculture also. Alright students, thank you.